So now that you should be pretty confident graphing equations that are in slope-intercept form, or y equals mx plus b, we're going to show you how to graph if they don't give you that information. So the first example here says, through the given point, draw a line that has the given slope. Then identify the slope, the y-intercept, and the equation. Note that sometimes the equation is called the rule. So on number 1, they do not give us a y equals mx plus b, but they do say that the slope is 3. Well, we know that slope means m, so our m is 3. They don't give me a y-intercept, but they do give me a point, and this is where we are going to start. So now this is our b value essentially, and then this is where we're going to go. So I'm going to go to -3, 1. So I start at the origin. I always follow the x first, so -3, and then up 1, and here's the point. From there, we're going to follow the slope. Well, the slope of 3 says that I'm going up 3, so 1, 2, 3, over 1. So then there's my next point. Then we keep going. 1, 2, 3, over 1, 1, 2, 3, over 1, and then I can do the same thing backwards to keep that pattern the same to draw the graph. And I did not bring my ruler today, so we'll use whatever straight edge I can find here. So now we've done the first part, which said to draw the line. Now it says identify the slope, the y-intercept, and the equation. Well, the slope is pretty easy. They always give it to you. Then the b value, you remember this is the y-intercept. So this is going to be where it crosses the y-axis. So if I look at the y-axis, the only point is right here. So this is the y-intercept. Well, that is at +10. So this is 10. So that means my equation, which should be in y equals mx plus b format, would be y equals m, which is 3, so 3x, and then plus b, which is 10. So there's your equation. Okay. But it's not always going to work out quite so nicely, so let's look at number 2. Again, this is where we're going to start, and then this is where we're going to go. So we're going to go to the point 5, 2. So we would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 2, and put a point. And then my slope is -4 over 3, so I'm going down 4, right 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, somewhere out there, I guess. And then we could do the same thing backwards. So this time we should notice that there actually isn't a point on the y-axis. So that makes finding your y-intercept a little bit more difficult. Now, it looks like it probably goes through somewhere between 8 and 9. It looks close to 8, but if it was exactly 8, we would have a point there. So down at the bottom of your paper, okay, I've written you kind of a little note, and it says basically if you can't see the y-intercept, you're going to pick 2 points and you're going to put them in stat, which we actually now call spreadsheet. So you can change that to spreadsheet in your calculator and have it calculate the information that you need. So we know that the slope is -4 over 3, but we're not sure what our b value is. We just know it's somewhere between 8 and 9. So I'm going to pick 2 points off my graph. So one of them they gave to me, so I'm going to use 5, 2. And then I'm going to pick a different one. I'm going to pick this one up here. So this is -1 and then up 10. And now we're going to practice by putting these in our spreadsheet. So again, from your home screen, you would go to your spreadsheet. Remember, you have to change this to X, enter, change this to Y, enter, and now we're ready to put our X's. So this is 5 as an X value and -1. And then our Y's, it's 5, 2, and -1, 10. Then you go to an empty square. Remember, menu, statistics, stat tests, or stat calculations, and then we want mx plus b. And then our X list is called X, and our Y list is in Y, and you hit enter. So if you notice, my M is -1.3333, which we already know comes out to -4/3. My B value is 8.6666 repeating. So now I have to change that into a into a fraction. So to make that happen, remember, you can hit your toggle button and it'll take you to this calculate screen. And I type in 8 point, and then remember, you have to fill half the screen with decimals. Menu, number, so 2, and then approximate fraction, 2. Enter. So this came out to be 26/3. Now remember, we said it was somewhere between 8 and 9, so we were correct. It's at 8.6. Now our graph is a little bit off, and that's probably because I didn't use a straight edge. But now we're ready to write our equation. So y equals -4/3 x, and then plus, because this is positive, 26/3. Good. So now let's do one more. Let's look at number 4. So we would start at 2, -4. So here's 2, -4. From there, my slope is 1/3, so I go up 1 over 3, up 1 over 3, and then down 1, left 3. So I can already tell that I'm not going to be able to just look and see the y-intercept because there's not a point on the y-axis. I do know that it's somewhere right in here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so between -4 and -5. So when I put it in the calculator, I should get something between those two numbers. My m I already know is 1/3 because they gave it to me. So now let's calculate our b. So I'm going to use the point they gave me, which is 2, -4, and then I'm going to pick a different one. Let's just use this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3. So that's 5, -3. So then once you already have the information in, you go back to home and into your spreadsheet. Up here you've got 1.1 and 1.2. If I hit Control and then the backup page, it'll take me back to my original calculations, and all I have to do is go in here and change my points and it will recalculate. So now this is 2, enter, and -4, and my second point is 5, -3, and now when I scroll over, notice that the information updated. So now my slope is 0.33 repeating, which does come out to 1/3, and my b value is -4.66 repeating. So that one I need to change into a fraction. So I'm going to let you do that part and have you change it into a fraction and then write your equation. Okay? And then you can try this one on your own. So now let's flip it over onto the back. The back actually is a lot easier. Okay? It says that the graph of your equations is typically in y equals mx plus b, where the slope is m and the b is the y-intercept. Well, here we've got equations, but it's not exactly in y equals mx plus b. So what you need to note is that m is next to x. And this is always. B is by itself. Always. So when I'm looking at this equation, y equals 4 plus 2x, which one is the m? Well, we said m is always next to x. So this is the x, this is the b. So my m is 2, my b is 4. So remember b, this is where I begin, and this is going to be on the y-axis. This is where I move, and you're going to follow rise over run. And you guys should be pretty good at that. So the rest of these really shouldn't be hard for you. Okay, so see if you can pick out the m and the b and then graph them on your own.